are not capable to work, and huge number of youth. And our capacity is to create a job, to train them so they can
empower them.
So they can be more independent and they have better ideas to work somewhere, and coaching them through some seminars or workshops, just trying to change their minds so they can stop being dependent, so they can get some their own ideas.
For example, awqaf, raising their capacity, they will go for waqf, for example, more, right? Instead of depending today on subscription by Bihaj people. Certain Bihaj people, they are giving money, and what they are doing every month, they are distributing
Day by
this money
day.
by food, okay? So this is one example, okay.
Yes, and we want to teach them how they can earn food.
Okay, and because it is Marhamat, I want to tell you now what is the model we are working with Amina and Arabella there. Just let me, because this is a good example of where I can emphasize what means capacity versus demand. Okay, now the model they are working on, it is based on supply versus demand. Marhamat today, inshallah you'll see him, I think brother, I think Fikret is coming today or not? Because we need for Qurban. Okay. So anyway, so the model they are working today, they are working with poverty people under poverty line. Okay. And what they are doing, people are giving them money, and what they are doing, they are
Feeding the people day by day.
and they are, for that they have limited number of 300. Okay. This is called what? Supply versus demand. Very clear, right? And we call it push system. Okay, in other techniques we call it push system. In order to create full thinking or move them to go towards capacity versus demand, first of all, is that what they should do? They should try to filter these people, which is the 300 people, or filter their dependence, so they should not be dependent on what? On the people who give them the money. Okay? And this is what we are trying to do with them now. This is why we visited the poor, people and so on. Also, they should supposed to shift certain people from here to here. Okay? For example, they have more than 40%, they are low, like you. They have power, they have strength, but still they are getting, actually their hand is not like this even, not looking for a job, they are like this. Okay? So this means that they need to shift people. We train them how to shift people or get them out of the system, because it will increase. It means they are helping to make more poverty in Bihar. Okay? So this means capacity versus demand. We raise their capacity through different techniques, through their system, through their checking their how they do social work, how they develop their how they deliver the food and so on, and even will increase their capacity to deliver 2 meals or 3 meals. Okay, now today they are delivering 1 meal, for example. Okay, that's it. That's what they can afford and so on. So this means capacity versus demand. Here they are increasing the poverty. They cannot give more than 300 people, and they have the same families for a long time. Here now we're going to let all the families who come, they come temporarily. They don't stay unless they are totally disabled or elder people. This means capacity versus demand. Okay. Yeah. So next team.
Okay,
We understood, maybe we would like to know whether we understood well. So we have first written supply and demand. We understood the demand, like the problems that we need to solve. And the supply is the solutions that are offered right now. And obviously, they're not helping. So that's why we thought maybe we should write that the capacity is something else completely. So we will go like we skip
So
this.
explain to us. Good. This is a good model of how we build up capacity versus demand. What is our problem? Is trapped with what? With logical thinking. We want to break this logical thinking in your mindset. Okay. First, we go what? We cannot tell the logical thinking, I don't want you. What will happen to me? It's like a baby. It will come back and resist. Okay? I will tell the logical thinking, no, I will go and say, what are you? What is the description of my mind of logical thinking and entrepreneurship. So I have to write first what means supply, because demand is standard. Okay? And then I will change it to little by little to be capacity, right? This is what I do. So first I have to list down what means supply. I did not tell you that. I wanted you to do mistakes so that I can use it as an exercise, okay? Because I want to break your logical thinking, okay? So tell us, what is the supply?
Okay, now the students will
Okay.
explain. Okay.
During our survey, we found out that there are some problems that should be solved, but they're not solving. We found out that there should be more jobs, more entrepreneurs, better economy, and we have to reduce migration. We have to encourage young people to educate in entrepreneurship, and we have to sustain existing, yes.
And the supplies for internships. We found out some supplies and then we wrote them down, and those are like government funding and also
The government
international-
here is funding, like Bahrain. They're funding. I heard that from Sarajevo also, that they put lots of money to create more entrepreneurship or more business, right? Government is trying their best compared to their ability. Yes.
and also international funding and different trainings like government or NGO, and also government that provides jobs and startup incubators.
Excellent.
Okay, then we'll finish. Then we decided just to forget about this because it's not helping. It doesn't solve the problem. So we thought maybe what to do. What can we do without resources? What can we do without any kind of help to resolve some of these problems? So we thought maybe we should join people from business and those who don't have business, who want their own business but they don't have the way how to do it. So we thought maybe to have the job creators, people who already create jobs, to inspire others to create jobs on their own.
Excellent.
How can we do that?
Excellent. This is very good. And this is what, okay, again, they're not costing money. Lots of people, by the way, they want to share their success story. Today, people are more inspired when they share more their success stories. So this is a good example.
Okay, and how to do that? Maybe we should use media because we already have them as partners, so we can use their help through radio and TV shows, maybe to host some people who already are job creators, and then that they explain how to do it, and that's not so difficult, and how they did it here in Bosnia in this environment. Okay. Also, they can, for example, visit schools or university and have some guest lectures with students and explain to them how they did it. Okay. We also thought maybe we should do like competitions in schools for young people who have ideas, but only ideas. They don't have to have any kind of knowledge or maybe only idea. The competition would be just to encourage them to think about the entrepreneurship and so on. Then, because we have problems with sustainability of business, we thought maybe some people who are experts in business, they can do the mentoring for people who have started their own business but have problems, so someone can help them maybe who knows how to solve those problems. Okay, and this was a great idea from our leaders, is that we should encourage people from Bihać, from Bosnia, to buy local products and from local shops, because those people who start their own business cannot sustain their business if others don't want to buy it or like more something that is coming from outside and so on. Okay.
Excellent.
Also, you have some ideas, experts. If you have, if you want to add something, we would like to hear.
يعني by the way, in Bahrain we have lots of success stories relevant to this. Even though still we say we are not compared to other countries. But I'll give you the best company in the world in selling furniture. Which company? IKEA. How he started?
They made.
Okay. He started to sell first only sharpening pencils. Okay, from wood and so on. Okay. So he started selling in his in his area and so on. And then he grown to make a small shop. And then he became opening a furniture business and so on. Most of the success stories started, okay, these guys, where started Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, where they started? In garages, right? So it is an idea, and ideas sometimes, unless they are encouraged to move to ideation and then implementation, they will not be, and this is what I think you need to raise the capacity, the area. How, for example, now we have a good story outside. Okay, we have I think Zenit Eskara, they are putting something that they have done. Okay, this is an example of entrepreneurship. Okay, someone have done something and they want to share it with you and so on. We can encourage this, or we can also say, okay, what is this person? How we can make cluster of this person? Whoever have done this good work, the artwork outside, how we can increase it? Because today you are having tourism. Clipping things with things is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, by the way, is not only having idea and implementing idea. Clipping the idea in different places. For example, today if I sell it here and then let's stay as an exhibition, and even the hotel will take 10% of it, still I'm making a profit, and the hotel will increase their what? Tourism services. Because the hotel is supposed to give tourism service. I come to Bihaj, maybe I don't have time to go to the market. I want to buy something for my family, so I'll buy it from here. So this is examples of where, again, you can raise the capacity without what? Extra resources. Anyone else? Okay then, we will go for the next team. Next team.
Willing to leave the country to find better jobs, to find better life, and to raise the quality of their lives. If we think demand versus supply, we will be thinking about external resources like the government, solving the problem by enforcing laws, by providing more jobs, which is not happening right now. So if we think the other way around, demand versus capacity, what we have, the main technique that we could think of that will help in solving the problem is to encourage and educate people and increase the awareness to encourage those who are thinking about migration to stay in the country. But how can we encourage them to stay in the country? We have to use some resources, like we have to bring success stories, real life examples of those who have migrated and came back to the country, and they can help them in finding potential and telling them about the potential, about the experience they have gone through, how they made a success story. We can use also the media. They are willing to support because there is a partnership with them, as we understand yesterday. So we can use the media to cover this type of success stories and real life examples. The other source there is also a partnership with NGOs. So if they can facilitate us a center or a room to discuss those problems with the youth, discussion from both with those, it will be like two ways discussion. Those who have experience in migrating and came back and made a success story, with those who are thinking to migrate and how they may give them some solutions and to find potential jobs in the country, or to find even to create jobs for them.
Okay, excellent. I want to comment on this because this is really emotional thing for me, and I can see that you are really in a war, even though it is not declared war, which is migration issue. Today we know that from your results, at least, and also from my observation, is that we have, for example, people who will go to Germany. What they require? Ask me now. What they require? They want to know German, right? They want to know German, right? So German language is very important, right? And this is why they're getting, in Nahla, for example, they do a training for German, and they have lots of demand. on that, okay? So what else also they require? They require a relative, right? Sometime, most of the time, you know that there is a relative, Germany or Sweden or blah blah blah. There is a relative there, so they are going for their relative because the relative already have been established. What else? Most probably also they will be not having what? Proper job, right? Okay, if he has proper job, he will not migrate, most probably, okay? Okay. Also, or there is type of job that is really needed in like medical jobs or other professional jobs, right? Professional jobs. It is needed by Austria, for example, and other countries, and therefore that they are calling them to come there. So these are the things where I should address my, what? I raise the capacity to face this type of problem by embedding inside these things like what? Like a treatment, okay? Those who already have relatives that is already migrated, okay, Diana was telling me, for example, okay, we should build in their mindset, for example, in the mindset of Hana, okay, daughter of Diana, because already her relative already migrated, we build in her mindset what are the things that is here, that is making life different than any other country. Those who are going and training, already we said to Nahla, we are doing inshallah this. Sister Baliha, she's very cooperative. And we should not only give German language, we'll still provide the service of German language, but inside that, we should talk about migration issue. Not just to close our eyes about an issue and put a service, okay? And same thing for those who are not having proper job, why they should stay in this country, what are the opportunities and so on. These are raising, this is the way of raising the capacity. Okay? The capacity will come from certain problems. And what you're going to do, you're going to tackle each one of them, and these will bring for you what is what's called total capacity development. Total capacity development. So this is maybe an idea that comes from raising capacity. It will not come through just talking. Going into each one of these, and then bringing all of these in a story. And you say, see, this is because of this, and because of the media and other things, I participated in reducing the risk of migration.
Demand is more people going to bettings, more gambling. They are losing their money, wasting their time. Many of social problems, and two, we have family problems. So our capacity is psychology, how we can raise the consciousness. So our model is people who are not gambling. So we can show the psychology, change their thoughts, behaviors, beliefs through media, which is very powerful. Education that is also can put some observations in our minds. And religion, which is with some people very, very strong. Then when you say to someone that this is haram, so nobody will gamble anymore. So happy stories, save our money, educate, save our time, and this money we are invest in gambling, we can invest in some more useful things.
Okay, excellent. I comment here also this is again a very clear and something that we can really raise the capacity a lot. And by the way, we have a good project with Dr. Adunia relevant to this in the Women Council. We did lots of things relevant to raising the capacity. See, again here, it's the issue of, this is a plan, this is a general plan, but I need to go into more detail. So what I need to do relevant to religion, what I can do in raising the religion issue, I have every week, at least 1.5 hours, every one of us have to do it. What is it? Jum'ah prayer, right? Yeah. So this, if we agree and we make a model with a certain city that see, this mosque always will focus on going and coming back about the issue of betting and examples, stories and so on. There will be lots of things. And we said this about Marhama. Also maybe Arabella remember that, okay? Marhama, they have lots of stories about what? About parents who are neglected billah, from their daughters or sons. lots of stories. Most of the stories is relevant to, parenthood and so on, okay? This is an example. Marhama should use these and build from it stories. And this is what we have in Bahrain or other countries, where people will be more aware, and this is the raising the capacity. Alhamdulillah, today we have lots, even though our society is open and so on, but still we have lots of people who are really, they are always respect their parents and they are with their parents. So this is an issue of religion. I should work on specific issues for raising capacity with khutbah, with Jum'ah, and on schools, directly or indirectly, okay, and creating, for example, programs with TV, with radio, indirectly, okay. Same thing in education, okay. I need to put certain curriculums where, for example, in math, I can go into math and I talk about math, and then I talk about the issue of betting, and tell them this type of betting is allowed, and I think this was Salman's idea, okay. Okay, and this type of betting is allowed, but this type of betting is not allowed. Okay, when you buy a ticket for, as I told the other day, if I go to a Ernesto club and I buy a ticket for entering a game, this is allowed. Okay, but because I'm entering a game, but I'm not going to buy a lottery directly. This is not allowed. Okay, because this is haram. So this again, people should not be clear. What is there is lots of alternatives to halal. Today, what we are having problem, and they think this is either halal. Or even if this is haram, I have to do it. But if you increase the alternatives of halal, means things that you can do with fun and enjoy, and still you might get money, then it's better. This is the way that we should focus on. Media. What type of group you want to focus on? Population. You cannot say to the media, just I want something about betting. Okay? Youth. So what type of youth, what will attract youth? Different. If they are children, then there will be maybe, for example, games and something like this, right? And maybe free games and so on. If they are, again, from 13 to 18, we need to give them another type of programs relevant to that. So we need to, again, raise the capacity for specific programs. So this is a good plan, and how we need to develop now next to make it more practical to raise the capacity, inshallah. Thank you very much.